Before the first sunrise, before Earth knew its name, there was already a war not of flesh and blood, but of light and eternal authority, a war so immense that the very foundations of heaven trembled. And at the center of this celestial storm stood the armies of God, ranks of angelic beings forged not for peace, but for divine combat. Imagine an army that does not sleep, soldiers who do not age, warriors who do not fear death because they existed before death itself. These are not the gentle cherubs of paintings, these are the commanders of eternity. At the highest level stand the Seraphim, beings of pure fire burning so intensely with the presence of God that even other angels cannot endure their glory. They do not wield swords. Their very existence is a weapon. When they move, reality bends. When they speak, creation listens. They are living flames surrounding the throne, guardians of divine holiness, and when war erupts, their fire scorches the darkness without mercy. Below them are the cherubim, not infants with wings, but colossal sentinels of knowledge and power. They were placed at the gates of Eden with flaming swords, not to scare humans, but to protect sacred truth from corruption. In battle, they do not charge blindly. They execute strategy, guarding sacred realms and sealing dimensions no demon dares approach. Then come the thrones, mysterious entities that act as carriers of God's judgment. They are the engines of divine law, moving according to the will of the Almighty. When a decree of destruction is released, when a nation falls or a kingdom collapses, it is often the thrones who deliver that command through the heavenly chain of authority. And then, the warriors, the dominions, virtues and powers. These are the generals, the tacticians, the commanders of celestial legions. They organize angelic forces, assign ranks, and govern the spiritual battlefield. When Scripture speaks of hosts of heaven, it is these orders that shape the formation, the strategy, and the execution of divine warfare. Finally, the most known yet most misunderstood, the archangels and angels. Michael, the supreme warrior, the sword of God, the one who cast Lucifer from heaven with a single command. He is not a symbol, he is a general of unstoppable force, leading armies that move like storms across dimensions. Gabriel, herald of divine plans, whose voice precedes events that change the fate of the world. Raphael, healer and protector, guardian of humanity in unseen realms. These angelic hosts are not passive observers, they intervene in moments hidden from human eyes, in spiritual clashes over nations, leaders, destinies and souls. While humans fight wars on land, angels wage wars over the future of civilization itself. Every empire that rises, every throne that falls, every unexplained victory, every sudden collapse. The Bible whispers that behind the visible curtain, a greater battle rages. And what of the fallen? Because every army has traitors. A third of these beings chose rebellion. Once radiant warriors, now twisted shadows. What was once divine armor became chains of darkness, and the battle never ended. It only descended into our world. Right now, unseen legions move through the fabric of reality. Forces of light and darkness clash over choices you will make tomorrow, over leaders who will shape history, over a world approaching a final confrontation foretold long ago. The question is not whether the armies of heaven exist. The question is, when the final trumpet sounds, whose side will you stand on? Because the war of heaven is not a myth of the past, it is the unseen reality of the present, and the prophecy of what is yet to come.